I am Cleve Loveland and the Loner here with Bruce Woodburn, the Loner Ranger. We are bringing you all your real estate news on the Cleve Loveland and Loner Ranger show here on 580 AM. Tuning in here, you get all of your real estate news, how to sell a house, how to buy a house, what's going on with inventory. We're going to dig into all that. Where are the interest rates at? How to get your offer accepted in a multiple offer situation. So first thing I want to dig into, and then we'll bring in Bruce right away, is numbers. I got the inventory numbers, and this is what's, it's driving our market right now. Inventory a year ago was about 7,000 homes on the market, been hovering around that for about 3 or 4 years. Well, when interest rates plunged, now we're at 3,400 homes for sale, and below 300,000 are single-family homes. There's only 2,000 single-family homes for sale. So, and then the one thing interesting, though, the demand is there, multiple offers in most situations, but the number of new listings and the number of new contracts holds about steady. So we're in a steady, stable market. As people decide to come out from the lockdown, they've got their vaccinations, they're going to get on the market, they realize they got some equity they didn't know they had, they're going to change the bigger house for the smaller house or vice versa, or get out in the country or get into the city. Whatever they're going to do, build a new home. The builders are not overbuilding. They're really restricted by what they can offer right now. We've got a steady market that will probably keep this hot market going for, I don't know, the next year or so as interest rates slowly climb. But I want to talk to our resident expert about this market and what's going on with mortgage rates. How you doing, Bruce?
I'm doing fantastic. Mortgage rates are unbelievable, as we say.
And so we're still great rates. So somebody purchasing, and that's where a lot of times, they're selling that house and they might have a 4% interest rate because they've been in that house for 3 or 4 years, and then they've got some equity because the market's up. But then you're getting them a rate lower than that, and they can buy something, get maybe more house for the same payment.
Well, here's the thing. If I think that about 50% of the people that I talk to about refinancing to a lower rate, I would discourage from doing so. Now, that doesn't mean I'm trying to talk myself out of doing business, because that's not what I'm in here for. I'm in here to make sure that you've got rock solid advice. And listen, interest rates are unbelievable, but have they gone up? Well, yeah, they've gone up quite a bit since October, November, December. After December, we saw quite a spike. After the election, we saw interest rates start to rise pretty quickly. And are they still very attractive? Yes. So if you do have a rate in the 4s or above, then it's probably worth entertaining. But if you had a 4 even and your credit score is 780, it may or may not be worth refinancing.
But you'll let somebody know. You're not going to churn them.
Churning is horrible, and that's what I think most mortgage companies do. And if you call all these online mortgage companies, they do what's called churning all the time. They don't care. They will churn your mortgage and just, oh yeah, we can lower your rate. We'll save you, $50 a month. It won't cost you any money. They're adding it into your mortgage, guys. If you don't think that anybody that's paying your closing costs or refinancing your loan, they're not doing it for free. No mortgage company in the world is doing it for free. They'd be out of business. They couldn't do that. So it's going somewhere. You have to know and realize what is your break-even point. So I look at what I call my 36-month break-even point. If I can't break you even on what it costs you, even if you're not coming out of pocket with any money, it still costs you. If I can't break even in 36 months or less, I'm probably going to say, I don't think I'd do it. Now, there are occasions where we would advise that on a refinance, and that maybe if we're cashing out to consolidate debt, or let's just say that you want to put an addition on your house, Cleve. If you want to put an addition on or do home renovations or something like that, then the break-even point isn't as important because you're accomplishing a different goal. You don't have that's not your goal. So there's a different goal in mind, and debt consolidation is still something that most of you need to consider, because that debt, like Cleve and I say, there's no such thing as a rich renter. There's also no such thing as a rich person that has a ton of debt.
What's our wealth building seminar date this month?
Oh, wealth building seminar. Yes, we do have a wealth building seminar that Cleve and I are going to be doing, and I do believe that is going to be on April the 28th at 6 p.m.
And this is what's important. And you don't learn this in high school. I don't think people even learn it in college. The college professor, I doubt, owns 10 homes. This is how Bruce and I have made money in real estate. And actually, it's not the way I started out doing it. And it's funny because this is after the benefit of all of my mistakes. But one house, buy it, 2-3 years later, buy your next primary, rent the old one.
Right.
You don't have to sell it. So, and we go into all the math on that.
And Cleve's right. We talk about the mistakes we made too. I mean, this is not one of those, get rich quick seminars. Yep. And Cleve and I will be honest with you, and we'll say, look, we made some mistakes here. Don't do this. We learned from that, and we share that with you. And you know what? As of right now, Cleve and I are teaching this wealth building class, for free. There is no charge to get in it, but we only have 100 seats available, and you must go to WeBringYouHome.com. That's WeBringYouHome.com and register for Retire as a Millionaire. Go to my website, go to the events page, and register. You're going to have to download documents to walk through it with us. And remember, if you're looking for Get Rich Quick, this is not the program. This is Get Rich over your lifestyle, over your lifetime, so that you can retire as a millionaire. Now, Cleve, how do they reach you?
407-352-8118 or cleveloveland.com. And Bruce?
Yeah, you can always reach me at 407-250-9144. That's 407-250-9144 or WeBringYouHome.com.
Next big question I get on all these we've got great real estate news. 2020, let's just admit it, it sucked. I mean, pandemics and lockdowns, I'm over it.
Well, it sucked for a lot of people, but it didn't for you and I.
Real estate was a bright spot. But all this hot real estate news leads everybody to their next fear. Is there a bubble? And we don't have any of those fundamentals going on that caused the bubble, the bad loans. I mean, just out of control appreciation, people thinking they're going to, flip houses. Most homes that were foreclosed on, it wasn't people's primary residence. It was the speculation. The four they bought, they thought they were going to flip again.
Well, and even if it was a primary, they did the liar loans, that we called them stated income or no income verification loans. And, they didn't qualify. I mean, you were a server at Applebee's and you had to make $400,000 to get this house at no money down. That was the problem.
Yeah.
And
we don't have any of that going on.
They don't exist.
And also the builders overbuilt, and we don't have that problem now. They've got supply
problems.
They've got lists of people. Most builders we walk into are like, hey, do you want to get our list of 50, our interest list of 50 people? When we get lots released and we know how much lumber we have, we're going to decide how many homes we're going to build this month, which is a good thing. They're in control of their destiny, and it is a pain because right now I think they got shortages on appliances, the chips in the appliances. They got shortages on concrete and pavers. They got shortages on lumber and plywood. So we're not in any of those fundamentals of a bubble. And then also I think what's happening in Florida is we are adjusting to be a more desirable state in our ranking in the union.
Well, you don't have state income tax, right? We got the best governor in the whole country, right? We've got the weather. We've got beaches on both sides of us. I mean, come on, you guys, this is the place to live. I mean, you're in paradise over here. But I do want to. I'm going to make my Bruce Woodburn Loan Ranger prediction. Okay, here's what I'm thinking, and you can write this down. And here's my cell phone number. You can call or text me 407-250-9144. So we talk about pullbacks or changes in the economy. There's always going to be corrections, you guys. I mean, there's never not going to be a time where there's going to be some corrections. Right now, we've seen the stock market do incredibly well. I think the stock market right now is a little overpriced, okay? And I think it's overpriced in the tech market. I think that the tech stocks are overvalued in a big way. So I'm telling you that I think we're going to have a pullback on the stocks. So here's what I'm going to recommend you do. Let's get some money out of the stocks and buy real estate, because real estate's going to continue to go up. So you got your real estate market is going to continue to drive up because of a shortage of material. Labor costs are going up. You can't build enough houses. There's not enough houses for people to rent. So it's time to get into a home. And even though home prices have gone up, Cleve, I mean, think about this. If you bought a house this time in 2019, by this time in 2020, it was worth $30,000 more.
Just about,
And we've already in 2021, we're going up like crazy. I don't even know. Do you have any 2021 numbers that kind of give us?
I haven't seen the median price for this year. We'll see that. I know it's appreciating, but just the supply, knowing that our supply of single family homes is 2,000. Last year it was 5,000.
Right.
And that doesn't even include new construction. So, and they don't have anything. It's going to keep going at this rate. It doesn't. Now, this is the one thing. Here's our another checks and balance stopping us from having a bubble. I had 4 deals last month where the appraisal didn't come in.
Oh, yeah.
And on the ones I had multiple offers, this is what's important about having a great negotiator on your side. I talk about this. This is what I do. On the ones where we had multiple offers, I told the buyer, tough, you need to pay it. And they did. They came up with it. I had one, but though I only had 3 offers, and that was the only offer above list. I told the seller, we need to be a little accommodating here. We need to make this work. And we came down to almost where the appraisal was, but we didn't go all the way down. Well, but you got to know when to push and when to pull.
Well, and you know, that's why your clients trust you, because there is a time where the seller might need to give, and there's a time where the buyer needs to give. Listen, I'm seeing more appraisal issues today than I have in a long time. Well, it's going to happen. It always happens when we see massive appreciation. And the appraisers aren't trying to kill the deal. The appraisers can't provide comparables to support the house that's selling for $8,000 more than the highest priced one in the neighborhood, even though it still might be worth buying.
Yep.
And it probably is worth buying. You think about this, Cleve. If you paid 10 grand over appraised value today, in 3 months, you're even again.
You're even, and the next one will sell for a little bit more than that.
It will.
So, and that's the good thing about this market. Now, I remember when the market turned in 08, it slowed. I went from taking multiple offers, and it was like the first week of 2006. It's when the builders started delivering all their inventory.
Oh, gosh.
And I stopped taking multiple offers on things, and literally I saw the market slow. And this is what's important. This is what I do. If you're thinking about selling your home, and the realtor you're talking to does not say they're going to come over and review market activity with you every 2 to 3 weeks, call me. Just or save yourself some time. Call me first at 407-352-8118 or go to cleveloveland.com, because that's what's important. Your market yourself to your house, your 4-3 with a pool that's 5 years old in this neighborhood backed up to the pond. What else is selling around you if you didn't go? And if realtors don't do that for you, and I hear it all the time about, believe it or not, in this market, Bruce, 10% of the homes still don't sell. They give up. They expire or they go off the market. And the sellers are like wondering what's going on. They hear all this news about how real estate's great.
What are your typical reasons for that? Overpriced?
So not always. That's not the big one. Usually what I'll see bad staging or no staging.
Okay.
No market prep. I've got a 50-point checklist. And then I'll see access issues where, we got three German Shepherds they're ex-police dogs. We can't have any showings except on Sunday from 12 to 4. And they're just not explained to them what really works in this market. So I go through all that with everybody, and that's what's important that we can help you with.
Well, you think about that. You think about what Cleve just got through saying, and I want you to, let's put this in a different perspective. Have you ever gone out to look for a product? Let's just say you're going to a store to look for a pair of shoes, and the store doesn't have the shoes. They're not available. You're going to go to a different store. So if that house is unavailable to see and doesn't meet that buyer's convenient time, then they're going to go to a different house. So if you're trying to sell your house and you're not making it easy for people, then you're going to miss out on opportunities. And I think that's kind of what you're saying, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's just, and that's why you got to watch. If they didn't buy you, did they buy something? You know, what was horrible about 2009?
Oh, they're going to buy something.
People sold. Yeah, in this market, they will. Yeah.
Well, people don't go out and waste their time and start looking for property and not buy. Very few people are just tire kickers and just don't have anything to do on the weekend but go out and look at houses.
How much time we got, Bruce? 1 minute?
Well, we got about a minute.
Okay.
Yep.
And then what's the big loan you're doing right now? What's the best loan for people out there? Is it the FHA? Is it a 5% conventional?
Well, the best loan is an open-ended question, because if you're a veteran, then I'm going to swing you in the direction of a VA loan. I mean, I love doing VA loans, but I also love helping the veterans. I mean, it's an honor to give back to our men and women that have served this country. But the best loan, that's a really good question. The best loan is the one you qualify that gives you the best terms for and satisfies your need. Because I can't say that, hey, a conventional loan with 20% down is your best loan. Well, do you not buy because you only have 3.5% to put down? No, that's your option. Listen, there's no point in buying a size 12 shoe when you only fit into a size 9. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Get the shoe that fits you. That's what you do. 407-250-9144. You want really accurate and honest information from a lender? Choose a lender that's going to look out for you. 407-250-9144. We'll be back in just a couple minutes with Cleve, Loveland, and the Lone Ranger.